Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host Red. I got a video today from TikTok. Saga continues. There's some history behind it and how it all started. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And it's time for that chow. It's chow time.
How do you think it is today that a lot of American men are going overseas to find wives?
I cannot relate. It is the real thing, but it's just insecurity. Think overseas, go overseas, babe.
I completely disagree because it takes a whole lot of courage, a whole lot of self-confidence, somewhat of financial stability, and a passport, which
I never even thought about the self-confidence thing. That is actually pretty big, yeah. To be able to go to another country and to date and to mingle with people actually does take a lot of self-confidence.
a lot of chicks don't even have for a man to go overseas and find his wife. And actually, really be the ones who are complaining about men leaving the U.S. to find their wives. It be the women themselves. Isn't it true that you hear so many women online talking about, leave, we don't want you here, leave, go find yourself a doormat.
That we do.
Leave. You think you're better than everybody else now since you have a passport. Where are you going? Basically, women are shaming men and insulting them for trying to do better for themselves.
Yep.
I hear women talking about they want to do better for themselves all the time.
Damn right.
So what's wrong when a man wants to do that for himself? Unfortunately, some women in America are not submissive, they are way too masculine, and they don't want to cater to a man. So girlfriend, you may look feminine, but if your attitude stinks, what is a man supposed to do besides moving on? And then you're going to be mad at him for it and call him insecure?
How do you think it is?
Yep. Your attitude stinks. I'm out.
See, the passport bros
history.
ain't nothing but the repackaged strategy.
No, y'all always get it wrong. Everyone, especially the women. The white men started it all. It was black men and white men. It was World War II. Black men and white men. When we joined the war, the black men and the white men got a taste of the world.
This is what we talk about, man. It's not that you go out there to find a wife or anything. No, go out there and see what the fuck is out there. If you've never been outside of the U.S., it will be quite an experience for you to live outside of the U.S., especially as a black person. I think black people get treated differently here than they would in other countries. Even as an Asian man, when I go to like Mexico and stuff, like I look Hispanic. They don't really treat me much different. But when I go to Asian countries, I also look like them. They don't treat me much different, right? So it's a different experience. Plus the culture, the people themselves are so different. People are a lot more friendlier, even though they have less money. That's the big difference.
White men and black men went to all these other countries, all over Europe and all over Asia, and they found these beautiful, gorgeous women that were so much better than the American women. Woo. Yes, you got me right.
Even in World War II, mofos. So even in the 50s or so, in the 40s, there were other cultures, and men from this culture, from the West, has still saw how much more feminine and much more sought after these women, the traits that these women have in these other countries.
We found out
that's back then. The progression of has worsened in the West now, so those women are like top tier goddesses almost now compared to how women are in the West now.
Then the other side of the world had better women. That's when we first found out.
Yep.
And now every war since then, every time an American leaves America, they find a better woman. Every time. No matter if he travels just for fun or he travels for whatever he's traveling for, he always finds a better woman somewhere else. Every time a man travels, he finds a better woman. No matter if it's war, no matter if it's travel, it's happened always throughout history.
Yep.
Black and white. Now, predominantly in World War II, it was Italy. The black men, they just made a movie about it like a few years back. It was the black men in Italy. These black men fought in Italy in their own battalions. And when these Italian women were happy to just be saved by anyone, they married these black men. These black men brought these Italian women home. Black men brought Asian women home. Black men were doing it back then. And black men and white men have been doing it in every war since.
Mm-hmm.
Please do your research before y'all say ignorant stuff.
I have been saying this a lot recently, that when we go to cultures where the women don't even show their ankles, it's because the men in that culture won't have it. They won't have it. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that when we look at social differences, there's cultures out there where there's women who wouldn't even think to show their ankles. And there's this culture where a 12-year-old is twerking online. When we look at culture...
No, the biggest difference is the patriarchy, you know, because we're in the West, it's the patriarchy. So the women have to gain power and overtake things and get their rights back. That's why men can't say anything, because it's a movement of women that want this, right? And they are legislating laws for this. And the other side of it is a lot of single mothers raise their sons to be weak men, to accept these things. That's a major problem. I do agree. It is because a lot of men in the U.S. allow this promiscuity, but it's because the single mothers that raise men to also allow it was the problem.
Cultures where the women have changed so much in terms of their promiscuity, you have to look at what men are rewarding. What are the men going towards? Now, if I go to a culture where the women are well behaved, it's because the men they don't like promiscuity. They don't reward it. But if you go to a culture like America, the UK, Dubai, they reward promiscuity. Every girl that has her arse out is going to have a million offers. Taking her hair, this, that, and where.
Correct. The simps out there, the lonely men. This is the sad truth of the West.
Whereas they don't reward good women in these cultures. Whereas if you go to other cultures where the women are submissive, and people are always saying, oh, I want to go to a submissive culture, find a girl from back home. It's because the men don't tolerate that nonsense. So if you want to look at why women are getting so bad, have a look at the men in that society, because they set the tone.
No, she's right. The men in our society have been weakened hard through single motherhood and just through feminism propaganda. Well, this whole slut walk and all these things push men to accept these things. And now that men accept it, society's crumbling. And yet you're right. Yes, it's if men did not accept these things, women would have to do better. But it's also the opposite way around too. If women don't do better, men have no incentive to want to do better.
You know what?
Yeah?
Men! Oh my God! Men!
We the best! I just had to put a funny one in there.
Modern dating red flag number 1.
I like how this anime. I like how this man's gonna analyze things for you.
Ask yourself the question, what are her intentions? Why did she make this video? What does making this video and publishing videos like this say about herself? Why would she do this? What is she wanting to get out of all the men and women behind the screen? What is she doing to men and women on the other side of the screen? Ask yourself questions before running into relationships today. Modern dating red.
It's an important step in relationships, yeah. Vet these women. Why are they doing some of the things that they do? You have to think about these things. Or else even women in other countries, you're still going to get, trampled over. Proud of this man. Found his love. She's cute. They look cute. So they've been together for like 5 years now. Hope you like the historical chow here and there, wars. It's always been like that. As long as men have been able to see other countries and see other women, it's when men started to realize, women in the West are not the business. Thank you. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.